Happy 2023, folks. Hope you enjoyed the holidays and the New Year's. If you're anything like me, you probably spent an exorbitant amount of time watching Netflix and eating trash.
What's going on, man? You pregnant?
Now, my wife watched that food documentary. And you should never ask that unless you're sure, by the way.
So that brings me to the point of this video, the streaming wars. Where are we at? Who's leading the charge and who's being left behind? So there's been a lot of gems and then there's been a lot of garbage that's been coming out from these streaming platforms, but this isn't going to be a video that touches on what's the best show or what has the lowest ratings or anything like that. This video is to take a more objective approach at these streaming companies, the revenues, the subscribers, the growth, the losses, looking at it at a numerical standpoint. Who's really succeeding and who's failing, who bit off more than they probably wanted.
You got too much dip on your chip.
So alright, looking at this chart, it's clear to see that Netflix leads the way in subscribers, and you can see why they're the benchmark of the streaming industry. They're up there at about a little over 220 million in subscribers. As of Q3 2022, they're about similar in Q4 2022. The Q4 earnings hasn't been out yet, so to be fair, I've stopped at Q3 2022 for a lot of these platforms since the Q4 isn't in. Next up is presumably Amazon Prime. And I say presumably because Amazon doesn't actually break out what number of their members are viewing Prime Video specific. They have around 205 million subscribers to Amazon Prime, and experts say around 71% of them actually view Prime Video. So I could update the graph and say around 145 million of them are Prime Video viewers, putting them closer to Disney Plus than Netflix, but that wouldn't necessarily be accurate, so I'll leave the 205 million right there, putting them really close to Netflix. But Amazon Prime isn't really in the business of content creation. They're more so in the business of taking over the world and then conquering space. So I wasn't really too surprised when they didn't break out what percentage of their Prime members watch Prime Video when their goal is to enslave the universe. Next up, we have Disney Plus. Disney Plus sitting at about 164 million subscribers. The case of Disney, it's pretty peculiar. For a company that owns pretty much everything there is to own in terms of entertainment and media, they still found a way to squeeze a little bit more juice out of the industry. But for Disney Plus to grow with such rapid velocity, they had to spend a lot. 33 billion, a lot. And to put that in perspective, Netflix only spent about 18 billion on content in 2022, so almost half of what Disney Plus spent. But they have around 57 million more subscribers and close to 16,000 more titles on their platform, effectively giving Netflix a cost per content of about $1 million, while Disney Plus is closer to 27.5 million. Next up is HBO Max, and then the new Max, which is going to be HBO Max and Discovery Plus due to their merger. Numbers started merging their subscriber base around Q2 of 2022. As you can see, HBO Max has a steady growth, getting to around 81 million, and then merging their numbers around Q2 2022, putting them at 92 million with Discovery Plus. Discovery Plus plus HBO Max, they're now at 94, around 95 million. as of Q3 2022. So you can see HBO Max is really the lion's share of that model, and Discovery Plus really needed that merger. The merger is set to be finalized spring of this year. Now Paramount Global is gonna be Paramount Plus and Showtime and all other direct-to-consumer streaming services that Paramount owns. They're sitting at around 66 million as of Q3 2022. So not at the back of the pack, but they're definitely lagging behind. Only around 10 million more than Hulu's US only subscribers. And Hulu's US only because they don't really break out their worldwide numbers due to their relationship with Disney. As some of you know, you can have Hulu and Disney bundled together in different countries. So I only have the Hulu only numbers, putting them at 46 million in the US. And last but surely not least, we have Peacock sitting at around 18 million as of Q3 2022. High level, that's the current state of the streaming wars. From a subscriber and a growth perspective, from a financial perspective, they're all burning millions.
I'm only burning my half. All you care about is money. This town deserves a better class of criminal. And I'm gonna give it to them. Tell your men they work for me now.
Billions of dollars, actually, except Netflix. And Netflix kind of roasted them in their letter to their shareholders for the end of Q3 2022 earnings, pretty much stating, in their attempts to keep up with Netflix, all these companies are burning a combined amount of about 10 billion, opposed to Netflix's operating profit of 5 to 6 billion for 2022. But on a different note, just to recap some of my favorite shows from each platform in 2022, just kind of off of my head, I'd say Alice in Borderland on Netflix, Andor on Disney Plus, Bleach 1000-Year Blood War arc for Hulu, House of the Dragons for HBO Max, definitely, Yellowstone for Peacock, as I assume 99% of people with Peacock view, and Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power for Prime Video. I'm just kidding, Reacher for Prime Video. And if you're wondering, do I own a subscription to all of these platforms? The answer is no. I only own a Prime subscription. Every other platform I am borrowing from family members, as I assume most people do, which is why these companies hate us so much. Anyways, let me know what your favorite shows are on these platforms in the comments down below. Maybe I'll stumble on another gem I've never seen before. But if you like the video, please like, share, and subscribe for more. Peace.